All right, what do you need to do to become independently wealthy, helping people buy new and used vehicles? And by the way, you can become wealthy selling cars. You don't need to be Walt. You don't need to be Carrie. You can make a ton of money selling cars. I know salespeople who can't be promoted. And the reason they can't be promoted is they couldn't take the pay cut.
Exactly.
You're right. Avoid the 30-day world syndrome. What's that?
Living month to month, not worried about the future.
Exactly. Well, and by the way, management fosters this 30-day world syndrome. We bust our butts in December. We race through it. We finish at the top of the board, bottom of the board, somewhere in the middle. And then what happens on January 1?
Start over.
Start all over. Well, you're going to start all over, but can the people that you helped buy cars in December, November, October, August, July, June, can those people be revenue sources down the road if they don't forget who you are? Never let anyone you help buy a new or used vehicle ever forget you. Don't ever forget someone you helped buy a new or used vehicle. It's a two-way street. I picked this up from another salesman. He always offers, when possible, to be a source of referrals for his customers. Now, not everybody's going to have a job where referrals will work, okay? But if your customer has a job or owns a business where referrals will help, remind them 5 or 6 or 8 times a year that you're thinking about them and you're providing them referrals, because guess what you just might get?
What we do is we don't just say, hey, send me somebody, I'll get you $100. We do the who do you know, like on a second day call. Hey, Mr. Richards, how you liking your Trailblazer? Hey, who do you know that you seen you bought a Trailblazer that might say, hey, I'm kind of looking for a car. Or somebody on, you go to church with, things like that, depending on how good you know them. We feel that strong because everybody says that bird dog thing, but if you're like asking them and growing them for customers, I think it helps make you remember them, because like, oh man, Carrie really needs customers. She keeps calling me asking if anyone knows anybody. So when you're ready to buy a car, you remember, hey, Carrie needs the customers. I'm going to go see her.
Okay, I'm going to take the alternative thought to that. That to me, I was taught to do that. Okay, I was taught to do it. I was going to get to this in a minute, but I'll get to it right now. First of all, bird dogs, I think, bird dogs are nice, but most people don't care.
Yeah.
Okay? I've never seen a really strong bird dog program work anywhere in 45 years. Nor have I seen most salespeople obtain a lot of referrals by asking for referrals. But referrals are a critical element to the long-term success of an automobile salesperson. And the reason that what you just described, and the way I was taught, and the way I taught for a long time, the reason it doesn't work is pure mathematics. Now, how big is your market here? 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 people? I mean,
Here.
yeah.
I think there's 19,000.
Well, but the market's got to be bigger than
Yeah,
19,000.
well, we got
in
Johnstown,
Johnstown.
Davisville.
Right.
Like, we
Yeah.
don't just sell summer, so yeah.
Say 50,000.
Yeah, 50 at least. Johnstown's got a good 20. You're probably about 60, 70.
Okay, let's work with
We hit
60,000.
Cumberland, we hit the
Yeah, that's true.
Salisbury
I thought you
area.
meant like just here.
We advertise for like 70,000.
Okay, we'll use 70,000. What percentage of the 70,000 people in your market are looking for a car or a truck, new or used, right now?
Sorry,
20%.
if that. Yeah.
Probably
Yeah. Right now, the whole perception is, everything's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never changes, even when things are good. It never changes. It's always about 5%, which is why advertising is such an inexact science. So, I buy a car from Carrie. Carrie says, who do you know? What are the chances of me knowing someone?
See, I differ. I think when someone buys a car is when they most brag about, like, hey, come,
Oh no, I'm with you there 100%.
That's why I'm so hot, because that's when someone does say, you know what, yeah, heck, who'd you get it from? Oh yeah, I was kind of thinking of getting a new one, and then you get that person's name and stuff.
Well, I'll take it. Well, in fact, I'll back up and I'll say, I buy a car from Carrie. Okay, I have a good experience. Carrie calls me, drops me a note, a text, whatever. So I know who Carrie is. By the way, lots of times, when I go to play golf, I'll see a drive-out tag on a car. I'll go to a dinner party, I'll see a drive-out tag on a car. In Georgia, it means the car's less than 30 days old. Okay?
Okay,
A
like
drive-out.
registration,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
okay,
It's a
yeah.
paper tag.
Yeah.
Until the regular plate gets there. And I'll ask people, I say, hey, nice car. Who did you buy it from? And incredibly, the number one answer I get is the name of a dealership. I said, I know where you bought it from. It's on the back of the car. Who did you buy it from? Remember, this is within 30 days. I'm stunned at the number of people who cannot tell me the salesperson, a guy that bought a Lexus. I mean, he raved about his salesperson. Said the greatest experience he ever had. Guy just couldn't have been he was honest. It was fast. It was terrific. I said, what's his name? I said, I don't know. I said, well, how would I buy a car from him? He said, well, you'd go in and ask for the short, fat, bald guy. I went, okay.
We get that a lot over the Christmas.
But here's my point. And by the way, there's more than one way to do this. I don't have any problem with anybody asking for a referral, especially if the customer's had a great time. But most people aren't going to know anybody in the market immediately. But here's what they will know. Well, I'll take me for an example. If anybody would know anybody in the market for a car, it'd be me right this second. I play a lot of golf. I belong to a country club with 565 members. I'm the only car person in the country club. When people who know me want to buy a car, Steve, how do I get the best deal? Well, they always ask me, how do I get the best deal? How do I get the best deal? I always tell them, too. What I tell them is, I said, do your research, pick out a car you want, go to the local store. You don't have to travel very far. Find a salesperson you like and don't lie to them. And they look at me like, what? I said, yeah, find a salesperson you like and don't lie to them. They said, well, I'm worried about the salesperson lying to me. I said, I know you and I know salespeople. You're way more likely to lie than the salesperson is. Okay? And by the way, that's the truth. Okay? Because they think they have to lie. Because of all the bullshit that took place in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000, up to 2024. Okay, then everything changed. All right? Now we're okay. But here's the key. I know Carrie now because I just bought the car. It's 30 days later. I'm probably going to remember her name, yes. And then if she contacts me every month or every other month, well, I mean, she's not annoying me. In fact, she's offering to be of service each time. Well, I don't know anybody in the market for a car right now, but as soon as I find somebody in the market for a car, who am I liable to turn them to? I'm going to turn them to Carrie.